And this wraps up the Ninth Weapon and the documentary of the art and history of Muay Thai. It'd be great to have a story about an Australian fighter going over there to learn with a Thai master based on something like Karate Kid, and he comes back and gets the ultimate challenge fighting Nathan Corbett. Of course, Muay Thai is the national sport of Thailand, and when he comes back, he mixes real life by taking on Nathan Carnage Corbett. This is what he would expect to find at the end of the film. There you go, it'll be a bit like Rocky taking on the Ultimate Champion at the end there in the big fight. But this documentary finishing now about Thailand, the history, the young kids involved in the camp, Lumpini Stadium, and I hope you've enjoyed the documentary of Muay Thai.
The bell goes, and the fight is around. Friendly punters share their winnings with the champ. The Thais claim that Muay Thai is the king of all the martial arts. Some years ago, this claim was challenged by the proponents of karate, taekwondo, and kung fu.
There was a Hong Kong team of kung fu fighters, and each and every one lost in the first round. And they went back screaming for brutal, what you cannot, that's not a sport. And they came back about 2 years ago for a revenge match, and the same thing happened. 10 seconds, 15 seconds, knockouts, and they just couldn't understand why. That's all their fancy kung fu stuff, which has no meaning, you see. You don't hurt a Thai fighter with that. They all lose. And they are not losing because they are worse technicians or they are bad fighters or their technique is worthless. No, it's not the reason at all. They lose because they have no battering experience. They have never been smashed from one corner to the other. They have never been kicked in the face in their life before. While the Thais have taken punishment right from the first day, from the word go, when they train. And that punishment the foreigners are not used to. That's why many of them lose in the first round. They can't take the hammering. There are much more sophisticated techniques than Muay Thai, but they are all games. They are not fights.
At Lumpini Stadium, they're getting ready for the big fight. Nam Kabuan is defending his title. is in peak condition, at the height of his physical powers. But he has a weakness. His facial skin is delicate. It breaks too easily. Blows to the face must be avoided. The fight begins. A short, sharp jab with the elbow connects with Nam Kabuan's right eye. The elbow cuts like a razor, leaving a fine but deep incision. The challenger cannot hide his satisfaction. The referee stops the fight. The doctor makes a quick diagnosis. The fight can continue. Now Nam Kabuan is bleeding badly. His opponent has been successful in opening the wound. Sweat and blood mix with the liniment and run stinging into his eyes. The crowd is going crazy as the odds start to go against the champion. His corner desperately tries to stem the bleeding. The odds go up and down. The final round, the fighters are exhausted. A tense moment until the scorecards are read. The crowd roars. Nam Kabuan is still the champ. After the fight, and the photographs, and the interviews, Nam Kabuan will go to the hospital and have his face stitched. Not for the first time, and certainly not for the last. He's 19 and will maybe fight for another 5 years. There are over 500,000 Thai boxers in Thailand. Only a few will make it to the top.
Yes, there you go, wrapping up the documentary there. Of course, all that, the flavour for what I think will be in the ninth weapon, starting off in Australia, going to Thailand, and then coming back to Australia for the ultimate fight. It's a story about relationships and about bettering oneself. And